Wait, what?
What? Ubisoft Forward tomorrow. Oh!
What a lunatic.
All you need is positivity, positivity.
All right, before we begin, be sure to keep in mind that most of the individuals in this video did receive exclusive early access to this game.
Star Wars Outlaws is almost here. I've played a significant chunk of the game at this point, and I have to say thank you to Ubisoft for sending us early access.
I will be playing the game a day early access.
I've actually been playing it for the last 2 days because I got an early access key. Thank you, Ubisoft.
Star Wars Outlaws. Ubisoft was kind enough to send us a complete copy on Vanessa's birthday a whole week before it was released, like 8 days before it was released.
8 days early access. That is actually 5 days before the idiots who paid extra for the Gold and Ultimate editions got their early access. Oh, and don't forget about the all expenses covered Ubisoft Star Wars Outlaws shill vacation.
Me sharing my opinions of Star Wars Outlaws are my genuine, honest opinions. I've not been paid to say them.
Flashback.
Yes, Ubisoft flew me out to a special event in LA where I got hands-on with the game and got to chat with the developers and the actors, and also got to go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Disneyland. But everything I say in this video are my honest impressions of this game. Also, just as a heads up, I've not been paid to make this video or say any of this.
Right.
And I'm not afraid that Ubisoft, for example, won't want to work with me again because of what I'm saying on the internet about their games.
They're working with you because you are giving them everything that they want with regards to coverage and reviews of this game. And if you don't give them the coverage that they want, they won't invite you. Just ask Star Wars Theory. Ubisoft reached out to him and invited him to this event as well, but he told them, if I think the game sucks, I'm gonna come out and say that it sucks. And what did Ubisoft do? They ghosted him after he said that.
Yeah, they did reach out. We were potentially going to do something. I gave them an exorbitant amount of money. I was like, well, you need to give me this, and look, like there's going to be a ton of things in the contract that will not bind me to any sort of tailoring of what I need to or don't need to say about this game. If it's complete ass, I'm going to be totally candid about that. And so at the end of the day, nothing was signed. Nothing was done, and I'm happy about that because the game looks like absolute shit.
And surprise, surprise, all the people I've seen who attended these events and got early access to the game have given it positive reviews.
Star Wars Outlaws is awesome.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I don't think I need any help getting hyped for this game at this point. Like, I'm fully in the throes of it.
I'm not being paid. I'm just doing this because I enjoy the game.
I have been playing it for days now. I love it. Like, I'm totally in.
I will say, though, it's a lot more pros than there is cons.
Yes, there will be flaws with the game. Yes, it's not perfect. Yes, it's not maybe the dream game everyone's hoping for. Maybe it's not even the Star Wars game you wanted. But it's still going to be a fun experience in my eyes, and I'm going to publicly say that and say my honest opinion about the game because I am looking forward to it.
I have officially been won over. So thank you to the entire dev team who put this game together and made such a fun story to experience.
Smack that dumb bitch!
I'm sitting here watching Star Wars and gaming in general just becoming more and more toxic and people attacking others. It kind of hurts.
The louder, more toxic side of Star Wars fandom latches on to anything that doesn't fit their version of Star Wars, and they haven't shied away from criticizing Outlaws in a very similar way.
People are online and frothing at the mouth for any reason to criticize and attack and hate on anything they don't like, even if it's good.
A lot of these so-called reviews that call this game the worst game ever are garbage. Many of them chose to hate the game before it even came out, or depend on the crowd that need this game to be bad in order to get views.
Okay, well, using your own logic against you, don't you in turn need the game to be good in order to get views?
Yes!
And you did not get a lot of views on your positive Star Wars Outlaws review, so by your own logic, what does that tell you about the game?
It sucks. Sucks!
Yes, and God forbid people leave you negative comments and accurately label you a shill.
But there's definitely still a ton of negativity around it, and I'm getting negative comments and people saying I've been paid by Disney or Ubisoft.
Because you are. We've already proven this. And this is the 4th time he's brought this up, by the way.
But I find it so funny. I posted this tweet the other day saying this is actually so beautiful. And even in the comments section of this, people are saying that this game sucks. And then I'm being paid to make this and say nice things about the game.
Cry me a river, dickface.
This Star Wars Outlaws was, I don't think Ubisoft or Massive Entertainment's intention was to ever make the greatest Star Wars game or the greatest video game ever made.
Yeah, obviously, because they don't care enough to do that. It's about churning out the cheapest game possible as quickly as possible and trying to rip people off and make as much money as you possibly can, while desperately trying to compare it to one of the greatest video games ever made.
Not only does it feel like Tomb Raider, but it feels like portions of Assassin's Creed, portions of Far Cry, a taste of Red Dead Redemption.
Classic Disney shill move, comparing Disney Star Wars, in this case Star Wars Outlaws, to other things that people like, and say, hey, if you like those games, you're gonna love this.
These simplistic shootouts can also be brought to a faster conclusion via the use of Kay's Adrenaline Rush move, almost identical to the Deadeye targeting from the Red Dead Redemption series.
It's going to be like a GTA-style wanted system.
The wanted system is also like very Red Dead and like Grand Theft Auto style.
God, it's like a shill hive mind, like Ubisoft sent them talking points to hammer home when discussing this game. And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that I don't think people are going to be comparing GTA 6 when it comes out to Star Wars Outlaws.
That's for damn sure.
Speaking of Kay, I liked her a lot.
Kay Vess. The Underworld's favorite new scoundrel.
My favorite new scoundrel for sure.
If your main, clarification on whether a game is good or not is how hot the main character is, then you're quite shallow. And I don't think that you're qualified to really give an opinion to anyone else about whether they should buy the game or not.
All we are saying is that the actress who is the model for Kay Vess and the voice actor is a very attractive woman, and it's weird that Ubisoft went out of their way to make Kay ugly. That's all we're saying.
If your instinct is to say, I'm not interested in this game, even though I've not seen anything of it other than this trailer, because you're giving me a woman of color, I'm sorry, but you are both sexist and racist, because those should not be reasons for you to not like a game.
Pointing out that Kay Vess is a DEI, feminist, agenda-driven character is not racist and sexist. And when exactly did Kay Vess become the representative for all women of color in gaming? And if you dare say that you don't want to play as her in a video game...
I'm sorry, but you are both sexist and racist.
Alright, real quick, just because I know it will trigger these people, smash the like button if you think that Kay Vess is one of the worst characters in all of Star Wars.
Do it.
IGN, a shill gaming media outlet, gives the game a 7 out of 10. What a shock.
Overall, I'd say this was like a 6, 7 out of 10.
I think it's fair that a lot of people are calling it kind of a 7 out of 10 style game. It definitely feels that.
For me, I'm sticking with an 8 out of 10, which is what I gave on the original podcast.
As for my overall rating, I'd probably give it a solid 8 out of 10.
This is a game for me for sure. I'm going to give Star Wars Outlaws an 8.5 out of 10.
What? And I think it's going to go down as one of the most underrated and overhated Star Wars games of all time.
You know what I think? I think Star Wars Outlaws is going to go down as the most forgotten about Star Wars video game of all time. 6 months from now, 98% of the Star Wars fandom will completely forget that it exists. Alright, that's all I got for today, guys. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, smash that like button, become a channel member, and most importantly, as always, thank you all for watching.